What's up guys, it's me Tag02 and I'm here with some more Danganronpa for you guys. So we're gonna start playing Super Duper High School Despair, the group that caused mankind's most despairingly magnificent and monstrous malification last year. The group that pitted us against each other in this academic coliseum and broadcast it to this world. A hopeless, terrible group of people, and the identity of the puppet master. After all this time, we finally got our sights set on the true enemy. But first, let me take a selfie. Let's get out of this awful place, shall we? We can talk once we're done with it. Done that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, let's leave. Rada, it's locked, but there should be a way to open it now. Gotta go to Kitty. Hey, Kitty, did you bring that key with you? That Monokuma's secret gadget thing you stole from the headmaster's office? Of course I have it. This key is vital in our trapping the puppet master. I wouldn't let it out of my sight. You said that it can unlock any door in the academy, right? Yes, it can. Then it should work on that door over there too. Like, why can't I move? I'm pushing the wrong button. There we go. Hey, Kitty, shouldn't you get the key and be able to open this door too? It's worth a shot. She slowly slid the Monokuma branded key into the door's keyhole. Turned it in. Click. Yes! It opened! We should be able to get out here now. Let's go. Let's. Opening the once sealed door, Kitty and Light left the stump behind. Finally. I was finally out. But I didn't have time to sigh for a sigh of relief. After all, the true battle was still to come. Oh, we're finally at Chapter 6, Super Duper High School, Unluxter, or How I Learned How to Stop Despairing and Embrace the End. How I Learned to Stop Despairing. Alright, so out of the trash dump, beyond the door was a space, like a shaft, like a tunnel turned onto its side, or maybe a large chimney. My eyes traced a path along the ladder of the wall. It felt like I was in the bottom of a bottomless pit. I took hold of the ladder first and began my ascent as Kitty followed after me. We climbed and we climbed and we climbed, unable to see our destination. Damn, it's really high. After some time, we also lost sight of our point of origin. Had no idea how we were this far down. No. Watch your step. I won't be able to catch you if you fall. Yeah, I'll be careful. Of course, now that I'm actually thinking about it, maybe I should try talking about something to take my mind off of it. Oh hey, Kitty. There was something I wanted to ask you. You're a super duper high school sleuth, right? How long have you been a detective? How long? I've always been one, ever since I was a child. Since the old days, we detectives worked as considered far more vulnerable than it is today. The Kitty family was made its livelihood as detectives. Then your family's pretty famous, isn't it? Actually, quite the opposite. We're relatively unknown, even amongst others in the same line of work. Huh? But why? If we got such strong family tradition, we pride ourselves in it. Pride? Detectives represented neither light nor dark. It is precisely because we are neither good nor evil that we are able to find the one truth. We are obligated to maintain neutrality. So far for that reason, we must separate ourselves from that world. Thus, we deliberately keep our existence hidden away. You keep hidden. It is obsolete, old-fashioned, illogical a way of thinking. But despite that, we still abide by it. After all, it is our pride. I think I get it. The reason I couldn't find anything about her in the new students for Kibogamane Academy thread. Why? Because she kept that information hidden to uphold her family's pride. But I trampled on that pride. What? I sold myself out to the Kibogamane Academy faculty so I would be selected for a mission. Knowing full well of my actions were unworthy of the Kirigiri family detective. She went on so far to trample over her family's pride, so she can enroll in Kibogamane Academy, and she wanted to do that because you were really looking forward to meeting your dad, weren't you? I can't blame you. Looking forward to it? I had absolutely nothing to look forward to. In a reunion with my father. Huh? But you haven't seen your dad in so long. Surely there's a bunch of stuff you want to talk about. I have nothing to talk to him about. But I have something to tell him. You have something to tell him. There's something I absolutely want to tell him. There's absolutely something I want to tell him, that man. To meet him directly and tell him to his face. And what's that? That I'm cutting off all ties. That he's no longer my father. No longer her father? The last time I saw that man, I was still a child. So I don't know a lot about him. Other than that, he was apprehendedly very intelligent. The Kirigiri family had high hopes in the future with him as the next family head, but he hated being a detective. Sorry, girl. Why always yawn? So he withdrew himself from the Kirigiri's family. When my mother died, he used that as an excuse to run away from home. He had a big fight with my grandfather, the head, and then he left, leaving me, still young, behind. I'm sure he had a good reason. But your dad really wanted to bring you with him. In that case, I should be thankful. Thankful that he left me behind. I'm like that man. I actually take pride in my work as a detective. I take pride in the Kirigiri family. So I am grateful from the bottom of my heart that he didn't take me with him. Had he, by some chance, actually had taken me with him, I would not be able to become a detective. Climbing the ladder ahead of Kirigiri, climbing the ladder ahead of her, I was unable to see Kirigiri's face. So I had no way of knowing what kind of expression, what kind of emotion her face bore. As she said those words, all I could tell is that, as compared to usual, she was speaking more freely, and perhaps more brazenly. I have no intention of blaming that man. His life is his to live, and I'm sure this sounds like I'm being dismissive, but that's honestly how I feel. There's just one thing that I can never forgive him for. And what's that? The way people look at me. I felt no sorrow for having been left behind. Rather, I thought it was better off for it. But people didn't see it like that. I was always thought as a girl who was abandoned by her father. And that's how they all looked at me. I'm sick of tired of it. I'm fed up with having my past, that man's shadow, always hanging over me. I want to cut him out of my life, once and for all. That way I can have... That's why I have to tell him. Tell him to his face that I'm cutting all ties. So I can clear the books on our past. So I can remove that man from my life. Of course, he probably already forgotten about me by now. But your family... Isn't severing relations a bit much? He and I simply share the same blood, nothing more. We may be connected by our blood, but our hearts are disconnected. Can you really call that family? They're connected by blood, but their hearts are disconnected. She had been so sure to firm in saying that. I couldn't think of any way to respond, so I could nothing but keep my mouth shut. To continue our climbing in silence. After some time, we finally arrived. Oh yay, I think we're at the top. We started at the bottom, now we're here. Yay! Looks like this is the end. Kibo Gamani Academy is on the other side of that door. We've returned. You remember the door in the dormitory trash room floor? That should be where you come out. I unlocked the door ahead of time, so there shouldn't be any problems opening it. I'll give it a shot. I pressed my right hand against the door, bumped my head and pushed. Oh, hi, Kimber. With a little resistance, the door opened, then... We returned. That was an unbelievably long ladder. I'm exhausted. Somehow, we made it back. Whether you can say we were unharmed, or another issue altogether. But where were we in Kubo Gamani Academy? Thank you, Kirigiri. You saved my life. You don't need to thank me. I was just repaying a favor. The door Kirigiri came out of. Would never guess it led to underground Drowstone. Alright, let's... Well, didn't wanna... after Yamada died, nobody would see him on dirt. So, what do we do from here? I managed to dodge one bullet, and that's great and all, but if the Puppet Master finds me... It's not just me who's in danger, but you too. You sense you saved me. Are you worried? Well, yeah. Then, how about we ask him directly? Huh? Him? Monokuma, ask him whether your escape is a problem or not. And I know more, but it's just a matter of time before you're found, and it's not like there's anywhere else to run. She spoke. Kitty pointed at the security camera. So you're saying, if my only option is to wait to be caught, then I'm just better off just surrendering? Don't worry, things won't end up the way you're afraid of that they will. After all, it's the Puppet Master who's been driven to the corner, not us. The Puppet Master has been driven into the corner. You said that before, but what do you mean? By holding Monokuma, Mikuro Yukisaba's class trial, the Puppet Master revealed his hand. And that's something we can take advantage of. You see, when we talk to Monokuma, also, it is our benefit to act first, before you're discovered. We want to take any advantage you can to get for this negotiation. I'm more than a little bit nervous, but we got no choice, do we? Monokuma should be in the gymnasium. Let's go, shall we? Let's go to the gymnasium. I wonder if there's anybody in the class. Oh yay, my Zono. I'm so sorry. Monokuma should be in the gymnasium. Let's get going. But what about my friends? Shouldn't they be happy to see me run these halls again? Oh, fine. We'll just cut to the chase and go there. Enough fun, kitty. Alright, we're ready to the gymnasium, even though I could have probably had possibly blah blah blah. I think I could have probably just, teleported here. Let's see where this goes. Well. I get kitty. But why is this shit have been executed has been? I had you here with you. I can't say I didn't see that reaction coming. Am I really going to be okay?
Did you perhaps save him? And after all the trouble I went through preparing his punishment.
And what if I did?
If the villain is correctly identified during the class trial, he alone will be punished. I'm sorry to say, but those are the rules. So I'll just punish you again, and this time I'll make sure it works.
Kitty Kitty! If that's the way you want to do it, then go right ahead. What? Before you do, just let me say one thing. If you execute Naegi, then you lose. Are you okay with that?
Huh? Me lose? Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
That class trial was just a big setup, wasn't it? You could have smoked me out and killed me. In other words, had things gone according to plan, it would have been me executed there.
Oh, hold on. What are you saying?
But your expectations were blown way off track because Naegi let my life slip through unnoticed. You didn't see that coming. It didn't even cross your mind that in the situation, someone would stand up for someone else. And your response in that unexpected turn of events was to call Naegi the villain and execute him. You were desperate. No, it was more than desperation. You felt threatened by Naegi because he doesn't want to do what you expect him to do. But that wasn't the only surprise. Waiting for you. Oh, it's Kimber-kun. I like Kimber. Waiting for you in that class trial. Someone interfered with Naegi's execution. Alter ego. You miscalculated. You didn't consider that someone who had already died could have saved someone else. And that is the truth. It wasn't Naegi who murdered Miko Kikusaba. It was you. And yet, for you to execute Naegi, in spite of that, isn't that violation of the rules you so adore? Correct me if I'm wrong, but the villain is only supposed to be executed if he's identified correctly.
And that means I lose? Let me get it straight. You're saying the real villain is me, not Naegi. Then where's your evidence?
I don't have any. She doesn't sugarcoat it.
Is this your idea of a bad joke? How can you talk like a big shot and not even have any evidence to back it up?
I don't have any now. But with a little more time, I'll be able to find everything I need. As much as you might try to hide it, there's only one truth.
What's your deal? Now you're preferring catchphrase of from Super Detectives.
If Naegi really did kill her, then he wouldn't have come to you like this. He'd have gone into hiding, trembling under the weight of his sins, cowering in fear of his punishment, riding away in your precious despair. But we're here, standing up to you. We haven't lost hope.
Are you trying to say that that counts in the place of evidence? You think that's enough to satisfy me?
You're right. That wouldn't satisfy you, but it's the same for the people watching this. Executing Naegi will not satisfy them. What? If you execute Naegi right now, is this what the people watching will think? They will think that you forcibly executed Naegi because everything you said was right. They think that hope cannot be killed with despair. If your stance is what you're saying is less than baseline, then you have to prove your point, right? No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you execute Naegi while his guilt is still in question, then you're admitting defeat. If you want us to experience despair fairly and importantly, then you will accept my proposition. You must accept it.
So, what is this proposition of yours?
that we retry Mikoto Ukusaba's class trial of murder's case. And that, this time, of you hold a fair class trial, abiding by the school rules. Let our final battle be the final battle between hope and despair. Perfectly fitting for a climax, don't you think? A fair class trial, the final battle. In other words, a class trial to reveal the Puppet Master's identity. But the Puppet Master has no reason to accept this challenge like that. Surely he'll go get rid of me, no question. Oh, where's my water bottle? Oh, where? Oh well. Get rid of me, no questions asked.
Intriguing. Very intriguing.
Barry?
I'm trying out a new personality. I couldn't bear the old one any longer. Anyways, that's not a very bad idea. And pretty fitting climax, I'll give you that.
So you accept?
If I do, you will satisfy, well, that satisfy you a lot, and the viewers. And when you're satisfied, will you despair for me? If you will, then honey, show me virtue, your sign. Will you lie and your hope win out, or will me and my despair take the crown? A brutal final battle, a really Kodiak moment.
He accepted? Then that means there's still a chance.
However, since this is the climax, it would be pretty boring if y'all had to do was to find the culprit. So I'll make it befitting of the final conflict. You'll need to bear all of the mystery.
All of the mysteries?
Every single mystery buried in the academy. If you manage to solve all of them, then I'll call it Lot's victory. Your Lot's victory.
That's all we That's what I was planning on you doing. I was planning on doing from the very beginning.
Then that takes care of that. If you can uncover Mikoto Kusaba's murderer, how the crime was committed, and on top of that, solve all the Academy's mystery, then I'll admit defeat. But that's the polar opposite happens.
Well, I'll be executed, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the grisly truth, just what kind of despair will you lot show me?
We're the ones who should be excited. We will reveal everything. Just how much despair will Super Duper High School Despair be in? I feel like I just witnessed the start of something outrageous. But first, I'd like to clarify something. You said before that the class trial are held when murders are committed among the students, right?
What of it?
I'd like to confirm that there are no inaccuracy in that statement.
Then there's no point. Then there's no need to try to pry it out of me. I'm an approachable kind of bear. Everything has happened. Has all been according to the school rules. And it goes without saying, Mikoto Kusaba's class trial is no exception.
Huh? Mikoto Ikusaba class trial is no exception. It was held in accordance with the school rules? Then that means the person who killed her.
Actually, while we're at it, I'll give you one more hint. I'm sure I mentioned this before, but there's a total of 16 participants, all whom are students in this academic coliseum. Also, since the coliseum commenced operation, the only living human to set foot in the academy are those very same 16 students.
What? Is that the truth? Why the silent treatment all of a sudden?
This conversation is over. I ain't got nothing left to talk to you guys about. Now scram!
Now he's angry. Maybe he has a borderline personality disorder.
Shut up and get lost!
Alright, we're going. We're going. Are you sure I can go?
What else? It doesn't matter. We're all gonna get your punishment later either way. So I'm gonna be prepared for something very despairingly special for you guys.
Let's go, Naegi. Okay. With our backs turned towards Monokuma's creepy, unsustainable laughter, Kitty and I left the gym. Yay. Looks like we have one more class trial to do. I don't really know what just happened, but I didn't get executed. I'm not dead somehow. I really didn't expect that to work. And now, I've got another reason to be thankful to Kitty Kitty. Thanks, Kitty Kitty. It's all because of you. It's still too early to celebrate. The real battle is still to come. Yeah, I know. But even so, I'm just relieved as you are. Thank goodness he accepted my proposition. Why do you think he did anyways? What does the Puppet Master gain from accepting your challenge? He had no choice. What? That's what I was talking about when I said we have the advantage. So in the end, it was the advantage. I didn't hear it firsthand, but the Puppet Master said that everything that happened here is being broadcasted live, nationwide, or hijacked broadcast signals, right? Yeah, he did. What do you think? What did you think when you heard that? It's pretty hard to believe, wasn't it? Well, yeah, him hijacking broadcast signal seemed almost unrealistic. It seems unreal because it's something that doesn't happen very often. Because it's just that difficult. But the Puppet Master pulled it off. Turning that around, it means he had some reason he needed to do it, despite how difficult it was. A reason. No matter what the cause, he wanted to put us killing each other on display for the world to see. He wanted to put us on display, killing each other. Oops, that was me talking now. The Puppet Master didn't just want us dead. He was determined to make us kill each other. He most likely established school rules expressly for that purpose. Yeah, you're right. If those rules didn't exist, nobody would have killed anyone. Basically, the Puppet Master's objective was to make us kill each other and show that to the world. But to what end? More than likely as proof. Proof? Do you know how Kibogamine Academy students are referred to by the general population? Hope, right? By plunging us hope into despair and driving us to kill each other, and then putting on that display for the world, he wanted to prove that despair prevails over hope. That the Puppet Master's goal, Super Duper High School Despair's goal. Huh? To prove that despair prevails over hope? All for something stupid? It is stupid, and it's illogical, but it's certainly something that the group of people called Super Duper High School Despairs will come up with. People who act purely for the sake of despair. But making people suffer like that... I understand wanting to get angry, but it's because of that reason that's our advantage was born. What? Because the Puppet Master wanted to show us killing each other to the world, he even was more stern than necessary about upholding the rules he established. He had forced actions ignoring the rules. This would no longer be a coliseum, but a slaughterhouse. At the very least, that's how it would appear to the people watching. So that's why he couldn't kill us himself. That was the reason he couldn't kill me for his own hands. As much as I was a thorn in his side, I was actually breaking the rules. Wasn't actually breaking the rules. So he couldn't step in and intervene directly like he did with Inoshima. He attempted to kill me using the class trial, so it would appear as though he was upholding the school rules. There was no correct answer to just step up and make me into the culprit. But he failed. All thanks to you. And from that failure, we gain and bigger advantage. He tried to execute you, even though you were innocent. And since he failed to reveal, since the failure was revealed on live television, he had no choice but to accept your proposal.
Yeah.
To prove to the world that despair prevails over hope, he needed to be completely and utterly defeated us. So the revelation of the Puppet Master having violated his own rules was marked against him, and you used that against him to accept your challenge. It was to you who put him in the hold in his defenses. We were only walking on the road because you believed in me. I can't believe you figured all that out. I hadn't noticed anything. No, I just reasoned it out without any solid proof, and took the chance on without reasoning. Thankfully, it appeared I was right. After she said that, she let out a deep breath, like the weight had been lifted from her shoulders. Quite frankly, I haven't been that nervous in a while. That's not how it looked to me. Before we left to find Monokuma, you looked like you were brimming with confidence. That's one of the fundamentals of negotiation. You feel like you need to be strong and sure of yourself. Besides, if I looked anxious, it would have just made you even more so. She's probably right about that, as pitiful as it makes it seems. But we can't just sit here clamoring about how happy we are forever. We have to attend now as a chance to continue fighting. If we don't win here, then it would have all been for nothing. Yeah, she's right. If we don't beat the Puppet Master here, we can't make it out of here alive. Winning is our only option. Alright guys, I'm going to end this episode here for Danganronpa. Looks like a good stopping point. If you guys enjoyed this episode of Danganronpa, make sure you guys leave a like, thumbs up, favorite down below. Of course, click up there to subscribe so you guys can get updates on Danganronpa and the rest of the series that I have out now. Alright, so I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.